everybody. Just doing my little finger in the way thing to turn the camera on. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. All right. So okay, so this morning we are going to quickly start cutting up some onions, and we're going to make a well, I'm not sure what ethnicity this would be. Hi Monique, how you doing? Nice to see you on here. Yeah, so what we're going to do is a coconut cauliflower soup. And hey Jane, good morning. Hi. So yeah, so we're going to do that. And I always want to call that Thai, but I'm not really so sure that it is Thai. It's a coconut cauliflower soup, and yeah, and I'm totally not cutting my onions the way I normally do, so we're just gonna wing it. There must be a reason that the onions are not wanting to be cut in my normal fashion this week, because I seem to be very an erratic onion cutter this week. I don't know why. I usually have my little method, but I'm very distracted because I just came in from the garden, and we are putting up we're trying to slug proof the garden. And so I just came in from helping doing that, and I'm really hoping it works. So it's basically putting up a coconut cauliflower soup. It's really good with some peppers and everything. But anyway, so yeah, so trying to keep the slugs out of the garden because, you know, it's been so nice and sunny right now that we haven't had to worry about it, but too much. I mean, they're still there and they're still eating all my stuff, but not as much or as many. And so I was at a friend of mine's house, her garden, and she has a lot of grass and slugs too. And so so when I was checking her garden to see why the slugs weren't completely destroying her garden, what she has around her garden is a 1/4 inch welded wire mesh. And so that's what we're doing today. We are doing the putting the mesh just around the bottom half of the garden, and so hopefully you know, the big ones won't be able to get through that anyways. And I don't see them, you know, I don't think that they would actually crawl up that because it's very scratchy galvanized. So yeah, so I don't think that they would try and go up that scratchiness because they don't tend to like scratchy. Cut the little bits off this that aren't looking as good. It's funny how cauliflower just gets those little brown, you know, the little brown tips on them, but it's perfectly fine. You just cut that off because you don't want to waste it, don't want to waste the food. Just give it a little trim there, a little haircut. So I'm going to add some peppers to this too. And so this pot, hey Darlene, hi, good morning. This pot just has a little bit of water in it, and I'm just getting it on high for the onions to cook. And so I'm going to add some peppers here to it as well. Oh my gosh, I just have so much stuff here. I have so many plans. So many plans. It's just really kind of funny to try and do everything, you know, especially now. It kind of feels like it's building up. You know, you've got the stuff coming from the garden and still trying to garden, and I really do want to have a fall crop. And so when I was watching the videos, because I'm not a professional gardener at all, and I'm very very much a novice gardener, and you know, anyways, I was looking at the videos that was talking about the crops that you plant in August, and so I did reseed my beans, and I did reseed my peas. So I actually did that about 3 weeks ago. I reseeded the peas and the beans, and so I have peedlings. I have pea seedlings, so they're peedlings, and I have beanlings too. And so yeah, so they're like this high now, which is super awesome. And I put them out in the garden. I started them in the greenhouse, in the in the pots, because I didn't dare put them out for the slugs to grab when they were little. So they're pretty good size now. And then they were talking about putting in your lettuces and things like that too right now. So, but the trick with that, apparently, this is what I've been told by the people that know, because it's certainly not me, that if you put the lettuce in, you have to, it doesn't like the heat, obviously. Most people know that. Even I know that, and I don't know much about gardening. To try and keep the little seedlings out of the heat, and then in the shade in a cooler spot until the rains come, which I don't even want to say that. We don't want to talk about the rains coming, but anyway, just keep your lettuce seedlings cool until the weather cools down a bit. And so, yeah, so there's that. What else were they talking about? They were talking about chives, planting chives, which is really super handy. They were talking about, they were talking about cauliflower. So cauliflower's, cauliflower. So cauliflower is so good to have, like your cauliflower, and I think there were some winter broccolis as well, and also Asian greens like bok choys, and there were all these very exotic names, and so I didn't really, hey Barb, hi, hope it's going okay with work. Anyway, work is always work, right? Yeah, so there's lots of Chinese greens and Asian greens that have all the different things, like the bok choys and the pak choys and all that kind of stuff, like the cooler weather. And I did actually transplant my Brussels sprouts today, because of the slugs. I had to grow my Brussels sprouts in pots and hang them on the fence. So I had Brussels sprouts growing in, I only had 2-gallon pots at the time, and so I had them hanging on the fence growing, and so now I've graciously been given some 3- and 5-gallon pots, and so I transplanted the Brussels sprouts this morning, actually, into the bigger pots, so that they'll be happy this winter. And I think, if I feed them enough, then they'll be fine in that size. Because I know ideally you want them in the ground, but it's just pretty tough around here because we live out in the country with all the slugs. But I think the slugs are all over the city too. Okay, so I'm going to put some mushrooms in here too. These are just the little button mushrooms, and they've already been washed. And so the mushrooms and the cauliflower have manganese in them, and so those are just the little button mushrooms. I didn't do anything fancy with the. Actually, you know what? I do have some shiitakes here. I'm going to put some shiitakes in as well, since I have them here on the table. I try and keep the things that I use a lot right here, so it's handy. So I can take some shiitake mushrooms and put them in, and the shiitake mushrooms are antiviral, big time. So really good for your immune system, good for avoiding, and protecting the body from viruses, and oh my gosh, they're just so good for you, the shiitakes. And for those of you that haven't seen this before, they have a chewier texture, and so these guys are dried, and they do have a chewy texture, and they're You can buy them fresh pretty much at any grocery store, and they're softer and they're milder tasting. So these dried ones are a little bit stronger of a flavor. I mean, you don't, in a soup like this, you're not even going to notice it. But if you were doing in a stir fry or something with not as much of a variety of flavors, and we're going to be adding coconut milk, so that, you know, really kind of takes over everything, which is awesome in this case. But when you're adding the coconut milk, you're not going to taste the shiitake flavor as much. Okay, I've got a couple more little button mushrooms here. So yeah, so we're gonna fence the garden to deter the slugs and then plant for the fall garden. I'm just trying to think of the other things that they said were good for fall, and then you can just put a little like a plastic, you know, kind of like a cold frame over it, and if you have a sheltered area, then you can actually grow your vegetables, you know, like probably up until the frost. I mean, I had collards and kale all winter last winter, like all winter. Well, actually, I think there was like a 2-week period where it froze, and during that 2 weeks, I think that the leaves were kind of went to mush. But they came back right away, like just yeah. It wasn't very long of a period of time before I had little leaves that I could use again. So I'm just putting a little bit of zucchini in here too. This is one of my beautiful zucchinis from the garden, which is super awesome. And see, that's the problem that I have. I just start adding vegetables, and it's supposed to be just a cauliflower coconut soup, and now it's turning into a cauliflower, peppers, onion, zucchini, mushroom soup. Okay, so I should stop right there. Quit adding all these different vegetables, because I just end up with this huge veggie soup. And we're after a particular flavor here, believe it or not. So, okay, we're going to do this, and that is looking lovely. Okay, so my plan really was just to cook down the onions and the peppers a bit, and then the rest of this I'm hesitating to put the cauliflower in because I don't really want it cooked, and I don't really want the zucchini cooked either, because we want to retain the nutrition in the fresh vegetables. So yeah, so that I think I'll just actually turn this off and then grab the coconut milk. So the zucchini also has potassium, it's in manganese. Seems like a lot of vegetables we've been working with this week have manganese in them, which is super awesome. And so I think at this point, I'm just, you know, the coconut flavor, like I said, the coconut milk really takes over the flavors. So we don't really need to add a lot of anything else. So I'm just going to add the Celtic sea salt and the pepper. And did I put the cayenne here too? Because I love to add cayenne pepper to everything. Or maybe I will do that after, so I don't go running around the kitchen looking for it. Okay, so I'm turning this off now. You can hear it going. And I'll add just a little bit of water to it. And maybe a little bit more, because the coconut milk's going to be thick. But this is going to be really super yummy, awesome soup. And I have used several different types of, oh, I might as well put the cauliflower in now. I might get it a little less chunky. Okay. Yeah, so the cauliflower also has vitamin C too. It's very good for like detoxing. Obviously, it's good for the colon, good for digestion. You know, the cruciferous vegetables are the ones that protect your colon, right, and your intestines. So super important to be getting lots of those, you know, nutrients. I didn't get that one. Okay, here we go. There we go. Good thing it's a stainless steel pan. Okay, so we're going to add the coconut milk now, and the funny thing with coconut milk is when the cream settles on the top, and so when you dig into it, it usually goes push. And we do lots of that here with my funny little meals. So I'm going to try and trick it into cutting it and seeing if it won't not splash out like that. It's got the fantastic cream in it. Oh, there we go. That's kind of working. And I love coconut milk. You know, I love all the ethnic foods and the Thai foods and all ethnic foods. And I really like exploring with them. I wish that everybody that lived here really loved them as much as I do, because I would make them more often. But anyway, I try and sneak them in here and there now and then. And then when they aren't really popular is when they go to our son. So, and he loves them and I love them. So yeah, so this is if you wanted to, you could you know, you could kind of tie this up a little bit. You could add some lemongrass, you could add some lime, all those kinds of things. You know, there's obviously if you added a curry or a garam masala, that would change the flavor a lot. And you know, I'm not going to do that because I need everybody to be happy with lunch today. So seeing as how we're getting the little fence put up, I have to make something super yummy. Okay, so I am gonna just heat this a little bit more, and then I want to show you guys. This is from yesterday. Beautiful. This isn't all of them. Unfortunately, there aren't very many left. But these are. I'm going to show you what the mess that we made. These are the chocolate hearts that we made yesterday with the little mold. And I was hesitating to touch this because this is just coconut oil and cocoa and maple syrup. Because of the coconut oil, you know, if it hits any heat, it's going to start to melt. So these, as simple as they were, just taste fantastic, and they are super, you know, I mean, they're good for you. And just super fantastic. So we have the little hearts here. They turned out really, really good. And like I said, they just spread everywhere for the, you know, because of the coconut oil. Oh, there we go. Just looking for my little cloth here. So the next thing we're going to do while we're waiting for that coconut milk or coconut soup to go, what we're going to do is we are going to try a couple things. We're just going to try because I'm not sure, you know, avocados, you never know what kind of surprise you're going to get with an avocado. So we are going to, we're going to cut it open and see what happens. I just keep looking at it and oh my goodness. Okay, so I still have chocolate on my hands, although we'll probably add chocolate to the avocado anyway, so it doesn't really matter because I love chocolate in everything. Okay, let's see. You never know. I have two here. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not perfect, but it's not too bad. So I will totally go with that. So what we're going to do is make another little dessert thing here with the Vitamix and put this together here like this, and we will get the you can also use the avocado seed as well in your smoothies. Very good for you. Oh, it's the dog. I thought someone was knocking at the door. It has lots of nutrition in it as well, so you can use the avocado seed. I do find it makes that extra additional noise, so to not, you know, make too much noise for you guys, I'm not going to use the seed today. Okay, so I'm adding avocado, and I'm going to add some carrot to this too. Okay, avocado and carrot. And have a couple more carrots here. I was so disappointed that the, oh, what brand is the coconut milk? This particular one, it's very, very creamy. It's not organic, unfortunately, but it's very creamy. It's Tropic Isle, and it has a lot of cream in the top. I really like it for that. You know, so it's a really nice one. So, yeah, I was going to say, I'm very disappointed that Naysgards is out of their beautiful farm fresh carrots already. I went to get some more, and they're all sold out. So that's the thing, right? You just, when you want something, you really have to go and grab it when you see it, because otherwise it can be gone. And so no more Naysgards carrots. So that's really sad. Although I'm sure that there are many at the farmer's market that are super awesome too. Okay, oh, there's another carrot. Okay, so I wanted to add carrots and avocado, and let's add some zucchini too. Okay, let's just do that. I'm just going to add a little bit of zucchini. So, because what we're going to do is we're going to make a really healthy dessert with carrot, zucchini, avocado, and we are going to add, you could add anything. I always have so much fun trying to decide what to do. I mean, I'm tempted to add a banana, but then if I add the banana, then I'm going off into more different flavors. So I'm going to save the banana for tomorrow, and I'm just going to add cocoa and maple syrup to this, and I make a really healthy dessert pudding thing. Okay, so heaping huge heaping tablespoon tablespoon of cocoa. Oh my god. Okay, a tablespoon and a half. And yeah, it all depends what you want, because I really like dark chocolate, and I don't really need it to be very sweet. So so definitely do all these things to taste, whatever it is that turns you on for your taste buds. So the maple syrup, also very, very healthy for you. And so I'm going to add, I'm going to say that was 1/4 cup, because we have basically either 2 medium carrots or 1 large carrot, 1/4 cup of zucchini, and 2 avocados. Oh no, 1 avocado, just 1 avocado. Okay, and we are going to add some water to this. If you wanted to, you could have it creamier. You could add an almond milk or something like that. I'm not really a fan of milk chocolate, so like in a chocolate bar kind of thing. I'm definitely not a fan of chocolate milk. That's for absolutely sure. But I'm not much of a fan for milk chocolate. I like the really dark chocolate. Hey Maple, hi, good morning, welcome. So we're just going to throw this on here with our my fancy lid. I just treasure this lid every single day. It's just so super awesome to have one that works. So, looking at my little table here, where are the beauty dishes? Oh gosh, okay, there's one. Okay, let me grab the other one here, if I can see past all of the piles of things. Okay, so that's awesome. So we're just going to put this in here, and so this just makes the most lovely dessert. I will get the clean spoon, or at least the cocoa spoon. And so there you go. So this looks like chocolate pudding, tastes like chocolate pudding, but it has, if I just spot here my little place, I'll get a clean spoon again, and yum, yum, yum. That is really, really good. So you have a chocolate pudding, and it's so good for you because it has carrots and zucchini, and avocado, so it has your omega-3s, and a little bit of cocoa maple syrup. So it's like awesome, super healthy. You would never know there were vegetables in this. A couple of things that you can do is, just gonna lick that spoon. And to me, that was the exact perfect amount of maple syrup, because you don't want it too sweet, or I don't anyway. You know, one of the things you could add to this is coconut flakes would be really good. You could, you know, if you want to get really decadent, you could add chocolate chips. If you wanted to get healthier, I'm just going to keep licking this spoon. If you wanted it to get healthier, you could add goji berries, you could add hemp hearts. You know, another thing that I could have added to this is my morning powders. If you guys remember, I do every morning, I have morning powders, which is a powdered mix that I put together with health supplements like ashwagandha, astragalus, moringa, shatavari, lucuma, maca. And so I put all these powders together that are good for your immune system. And I have like a half a teaspoon every morning in my greens drink. And so you could add that to this too, and then it would be like a super concentrated smoothie type energy drink, or, you know, dessert, and super awesome and healthy for you. So you could actually drink this, eat this all day long, and it would just be full of energy because it has vegetables in it. And then adding the, which I should have done, add my powders, my morning powders to it. I still could do that, you know, put it in there, give it another spin, and get it going on there. Okay, so let's see, the soup is coming along beautiful. And as you can see, the cauliflower is pretty raw still. So I might just warm that up, but then what I'll do is I'll really warm it up before we have lunch. And because I don't really want the cauliflower cooked or the zucchini cooked. The peppers are just barely, you know, sauteed a little bit, and so that's going to be super healthy. Go ahead and add other things to these things, you know, like you could add, if you wanted to add a noodles, you could add a rice noodle to this. You could add rice if you wanted to. Yeah, so you could add pretty much anything that you wanted to the soup, and if you wanted to make it, which, you know, we probably should do anyways, because why not, is add the some turmeric to it. Grab another clean spoon, and so the turmeric, of course, has your anti-inflammatory curcumin, very good for you, vital for the immune system, vital for, oh yeah, coconut flakes with the chocolate hearts, that would be really good. We'll do that next time. That's a really good idea to have the coconut flakes with the chocolate hearts. And I mean, honestly, for this being just having 3 ingredients, it's just a fantastic flavor. You know, there's not much to it, but it's just fantastic. So for sure, you can add coconut to that. And maybe we'll do that with some different little chocolate molds and try some different things. One of the other things I wanted to do was power balls. Do some more power balls, so we can do that. So yeah, so that's it for today. We are going to, I'm going to head back out there and help working on the fence. And so that's just to recap, this is a coconut cauliflower soup with red peppers, zucchini, onions, and mushrooms. And then we also have just gone over our little yesterday's dessert, which is super yummy. Simple, coconut oil, cocoa, and maple syrup. That was it. And And this is our dessert for today, which is super, super yummy and awesome. Carrots, believe it or not, carrots, zucchini, avocado, and cocoa and maple syrup. Okay, okay. Time for me to get back out there and work on that fence. That is so good. Okay, thanks you guys. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. And yeah, for sure, leave comments and whatever questions you have or anything, and we'll hang out and we'll do lots of fun things tomorrow. Okay, we'll see you then. Have a really good day. It's going to be beautiful out there.